Hey everyone, here we are. It's Casey Stubbs. How's it going today? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Hello, hello. All right. So, how do you guys like my music? How do you like that? Pretty nice, huh? I use that to keep me focused during my trading day and my work day. Just listening to that in the background helps me to not be as distracted. I have a tendency to bounce around a lot. I'll be working on one thing. I'll be looking at one trade. I'll be looking at this chart, and then I lose my focus. And for whatever reason, I read something that helps, and it actually does. So, yeah. I should have told you guys that a long time ago about one of my little trading secrets. All right, everybody. Are you ready for a really exciting day today? The markets have been setting up really nicely, something that we've been waiting for actually for a while to happen. And so I'm pretty pumped about it. So just get yourself mentally ready. You know, in trading, you never know what's going to happen. I can't predict the future, but I will say that you got to wait for opportunities to present themselves, and they have been setting up, and I believe that some moves are coming, so it's time to get ready. So I know sometimes I talk a little fast and all this and that, but there's some other good stuff I want you to get ready for today, and that is we're doing a giveaway, and it's going to be a really cool giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 2 copies of a new product that we're releasing tomorrow. It's my MACD guide, a complete in-depth detailed guide for MACD trading, which also includes some bonus content that is coming out, not just a guide, but some in-depth videos as well. So this is going to be really awesome. So thank you so much. And there's a weird comment. Whoever's, I don't know if that's a fake site or what, but that's weird. Okay, anyway, sorry. So what I'd like for you to do now is just hit that like button, and so you can get access to all of the updates, and when we do the giveaways. These giveaways are going to be really good. So what I would like for you guys to do now is hit that like button, subscribe, because if you subscribe, you get all the and hit the notification, because if you get notified, you'll get all of the trade updates. Because remember, this whole thing is me trying to make it to $1 million, and I'm trying to show you along the way. All right. So with that being said, remember, what would be really good now is to get some interaction with everybody. So I want to know if you guys are trading Forex, if you're trading stocks, or if you're trading options or crypto. Just let me know in the comments what you're trading. I really want to see. And, you know, I got 54 people online right now, which is awesome. And I'm hoping that this gets up to over 100 today. So the more that you like and subscribe and comment, the better it will help show up. And, you know, we're trying to go on a journey here, and I want to take you guys on a journey with me. And so the more people that we can get on this journey, the better. Okay, so right now, Forex is winning. Forex. All right, Coleman is like me and trades Forex and stocks. Peter trades the DAX. Awesome, Peter. Thank you. All right, I'll give you guys another minute to participate. I want to see everybody in here. Forex and crypto. So I'm a Forex, crypto, and stock and option guy. But please don't do what I do. You know, I recommend that you only stick with one thing. And then it is good to balance and get different broker accounts and that in case one crashes or whatever. But we got an options person here. All right, options. Cool. 2 options came up. Oh, oil and gold. Oil and gold is cool. Really good stuff. Okay, commodities, commodity trading. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the training now. Again, thanks everybody so much. What I'm going to do here is grab the disclaimer. The disclaimer. The thing about that is that trading is risky, all right? Very, 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 very risky unless you manage your risk well. Whole nother story in itself, because if you manage your risk well, there we go. If you manage your risk well, then it's not so risky because it's all about managing risk. But you never know what the market's going to do, and you really do need to manage your risk. Anything can happen in the markets, and anything does happen, and it can and will, and the market is a cruel teacher. The market likes to teach you lessons by punching you in the face all day long. And so, you know, if there was a Mike Tyson quote, and I can't remember exactly how it was, but he said something like, you know, everybody's a tough guy until they get punched in the face a few times. And that's how the market is. The market's going to punch you in the face, right? And so don't let it punch you in the face. Manage your risk. It is risky. And everything that we do here is for educational purposes only. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just teaching. That's all I'm doing. It's educational purposes only. You have to make these decisions on your own. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the Forex market. The Forex is looking pretty cool today. I like what's happening here. So let's go ahead and pull that up. If you can see the chart, I like the fact that I actually put the chart up this time, which is good. So for those of you guys that don't do Forex, that's just hang in there, because I'm going to do some stock later. Maybe I'll separate and do like a stock show and an option show. It seems like you guys are primarily, Paul is familiar with my good friend Scott. Scott, it was one of my mentors, and Scott is always on point about risk. All right, guys. So Euro Australian dollar is one that I was looking at. We got a nice pullback. Let's take a look at what level we have here on the daily time frame. It pulled back. It didn't quite get up to the most recent level that we were looking at. But it did have a pretty steady pullback here of 314 pips, and now it's time to go short. So I really think that this could be a good setup, okay, right here, where we got a nice base right here on the hourly time frame. So if you'll notice the MACD is still in the red. So sometimes when this MACD, it'll wave and it'll retrace and then go into another wave. Like you can see here, it went and waved out. It doesn't always go into the green, especially when it's a really strong trend. And we can pull this back here again. So I don't always go by the MACD on the daily because of that. So you can see here, it did the same thing. It waved, and then it waved, and then it kept on going down. So right now, let me delete these weird things. I sometimes get weird stuff on my charts. Don't know what that is. But right now, what I'm looking at is a couple different things. First of all, we did get a break, right? This key breakout. I love looking at trend lines. There was a break right here. So what might happen is a bounce up into this moving average, and then a takedown, or into this trend wall here, and then a takedown. That's one possibility. I like this because on the 4 hour, it crossed over. It's breaking below both moving averages, and it's also a setup here on the MACD for a crossover. And so this MACD crossover is a great setup, especially if it's on the 4 hour time frame. Even on the daily, on the counter trend, a counter trend trade on this was really good. Look, when it crossed over right here, that was actually a 280 pip trade on a daily. So, or this is a 4 hour, my bad, 4 hour. So this was 200 and some pips. So in the direction of the trend, might even do better. It broke the levels. It does have one additional level that I'm looking at right now. So if I was going to be playing this trade, what I would do is I would wait for this level to either break, or wait for it to pop up into this zone and come up with a support and resistance play. And so that will be something that we'd be looking for. But right now, I really like this on the downside. You can see the MACD is getting smaller. So maybe this will pop back up into this zone up here, and then we'll get enough momentum to break down. So if you guys were on board on Wednesday or Monday when I was talking about the pound dollar, the market actually did exactly what I said it was going to do. So props to me. Haha, just kidding. I never can predict the market, but my plan did play out. So how many of you guys were on Monday and saw that the pound dollar did kind of what I was thinking it would do? All right, so look for maybe a bounce up into this area. Watch the MACD, and then if it comes up in here, look for some price action, a candle that's saying go short, and have that thing drop down to the downside. All right, so that's what I'm looking at on the Euro Australian. I'm going to jump over now to the pound dollar, because that was the one that I had talked about on Monday. Just a quick question for you guys. Does anybody, you guys remember that when that happened and how that went down? I was talking about this bounce right here, and I said look for a price action rejection right here, and it happened. So if you would have been following my training on Monday, this is one of the reasons why I like you guys to come in here, is because you can go in, you can see what I'm talking about, and if you actually follow, this would have been a nice 70 pip trade. So right now, it broke out of this level, and so now we have to kind of recalibrate things a little bit and say, okay, this level is now gone. So I'm going to remove that. It could be used again. I know some people will leave their trend lines up because it could come back up here and test this top level. So that is something to keep in mind, that it could be now resistance, right? So once that's in play, it is resistance. So, but I'm going to delete it because I want to just take a new look at things and see how everything's going. Paul actually did make $50 on that. So that's awesome. Yes, I'm going to look at the euro as well, guys. I'm going to look at the euro. So we're going to take a look at that, and I'm going to go over all the trades today. So, and then at 9:30, we're going to do the stock education, and then I'm going to do the giveaway. We're going to show you how to enter. So you have to be on to be able to enter. And you also have to follow the instructions that I have. And don't worry, it's really simple. It's going to be easy. I'm going to do it live in front of everybody so that everybody can see exactly how it works. So awesome. All right. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. I want to see if I can get some new subs on this week. If you're not subbed, please do so, because these content is really good, and it's informational and it's timely. And so when I do these updates, it's really important that you get on when they come on, because you're going to learn something about the market that's going to help you. All right, so right here is an area where we could be testing. We do have this level where you see pin bar, pin bar, pin bar. I know that's probably kind of tiny, but I want you also to be at times looking at your own charts as well, just to try to learn to identify these. So we have some levels here. We have this 50-period moving average. Every time it's hit the 50, it's been a great trade. So again, let's look for maybe that to happen, for it to hit to 50. One thing we can always look for too is what I talked about on the euro, is we have this triangle to break. So if we get a breakout up here, expect it to hit this high again. And then if it hits that high again, I have a nice level up here, and I even have one up here. So pound dollar is working really well according to price action. You just got to be patient, and you got to time it and wait for the move. And so again, Paul, thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm really glad that you were participating. And that's kind of what this whole thing's all about, is to get people to participate. Because I was just thinking, right, I'm gonna slow down here. I was just thinking about how important it is for people to get engaged. And I want to share with you guys something. Let me pull up. I'm going to take a break from the charts, because I want to share something that I learned yesterday. So I was reading a study, and I'm in a group, and my friend was reading a study. I misspoke there. My friend was reading a story in one of my groups that I'm in. And I always get around people that are really smart so that I can be smart, right? Because I'm not that smart on my own. But I hope that some of what they have rubs off on me. They say that whoever you're around, your circle of friends, that's who you become. So anyways, he was sharing the story, because we were talking about, doing training and teaching, because we all teach. And he said something that was tested over and over and over again. He said, they took a test of two different people. On the one hand, they took a subject matter expert, and they would get that guy to teach the training, okay? And he knew everything about the training, and it didn't matter the topic, whether it was nuclear physics or trading or mathematics or whatever. It didn't matter what the topic was, but they would get somebody that was really, really amazing at it, and they would get him to teach a class, okay? But then they would hire an actor that knows absolutely nothing about the class at all, about the topic. And they would just teach. They'd give the actor the curriculum, and they would have that actor teach, right? But the actor had training on how to engage an audience, how to keep people entertained, and how to keep people participating, right? And so the study had proved that the actor won every single time, and that the person who was doing that, they didn't even need to know anything about the topic they were teaching. They just had to present it in a way that kept people engaged, which I find really interesting, because I'm trying to disprove something that a lot of you guys are thinking right now. I'm getting inside of your brain, right? I'm getting inside of your brain. You're thinking, well, I only want to learn from a trainer that knows what they're doing. And you're actually thinking in that voice. I only want to learn from a trainer that makes a lot of money, right? But here's the thing. If I hired an actor to teach these classes, and that actor taught you how to do this, and he got you to get it, it's actually more valuable than a boring teacher that cannot get and keep your attention, right? And so just try to flip the script a little bit. Remember, what we think in our minds makes a big difference. And if you have these preconceived notions about learning, then be willing to change your mind, because you've got to because if you're struggling, what you're doing isn't working. You got to change your mind somehow. So anyways, I just thought I'd share that story because I thought it was fascinating. And so if I think it's fascinating, you might like it or you might not. I don't know. But it's just kind of funny because I thought it was really cool. All right. So anyways, pound is kind of setting up. We've got another trend line here that just popped into my attention. I should try that one time. I should take a class taught by an actor. I should actually take acting classes too. I love learning new stuff, so I would be into that. Okay, bouncing off of this level, and it looks like it could move. So just be watching these levels. This could be a possible entry. We have this here, but there's still a lot of downward pressure, right? The downward pressure, the battle's not won yet. There's still downward pressure. And so there's a trend line here. This is a bigger trend line. So, you know, I personally would wait for a little bit of this pressure, but this is a price action setup because the pin bars bounced. We are currently in an uptrend, but right now on the hourly, it is a downtrend, right? So in order to officially go long, we have to get the downtrend to turn into an uptrend, and that hasn't happened yet. And I'm talking about on an hourly time frame because obviously it is an uptrend on a daily time frame. But right now you can see here, this could, if this doesn't play out, it could still go to another level short, as I mentioned. So that's that. I'm going to go to the euro dollar, which is pretty awesome right now. This to me is the setup right here. Okay, because we just bounced through this level and now we're sitting right at a level. Okay, that's why I said you want to pay attention to today's show, because when you're sitting at a level, that is the ultimate time for trading, in my opinion. I love levels, and I usually what I do is I wait for the level to I trade early because I don't want to be patient, right? Because you actually saw this trade. It hit a level and bounced, so it wasn't a terrible trade. I'm not upset about it. I ended up coming out with $60 on the trade, so wasn't a total waste. But right now, I really like this setup. We have a long term, another resistance point right here if it gets there, and so we can either go sideways in this little channel until it hits this wall. So if it comes up and tests this, it could pop up. If it does pop up, we got some great levels to go to. And that's what I like to see, is I like to see that. So if we break out of this range, we got 133 pips, and we have 300 pips to the next level. And again, this is how you really grow your account massively. We're trying to do rapid growth here, and timing. There's two factors that I really want you two factors to really focus on. Number one is getting your risk and trying to capture that risk, and the other one is to try to get big moves. And the patience on it is so hard. That's why I recommend looking at a daily time frame. And so the daily time frame will show you a lot of things that give you the ability to hold a trade for a long time. Whereas a shorter time frame, a 15-minute chart, you're like, oh man, there's resistance right here, there's resistance here. Oh, it's pulling back, I'm out. It's pulling back, I'm out. Oh, I'm tightening up my stop. So trading on the daily is the way to hit the really big ones. And the other benefit with daily is that it doesn't take as much time. Like right now, we're doing a quick 20-minute analysis. And after that 20-minute analysis, that's pretty much you set up your trades and you'll be ready to go. So a pretty nice position right here. There's not a lot to even consider. We just want to watch this and see if we can catch a bounce to the upside. If it does go down, there's a zone here, which is this trend line. There's also a zone right here as well. So these two are the two downward zones, and these are the two upward zones. So either way it goes, it goes. We can't predict which way it's going to go. I do know that the momentum right now is currently down, but the overall momentum is up. So I like to find stuff with the overall momentum, but the current trend is down. If we look at how powerful this downtrend is, it's a 320 pip move, and it's been going on for January 6th. So it's actually been going on for a month. So pretty solid down move right now. But that sometimes is the type of how long it takes to get a good setup. So if we did go long, remember this was a month. And so how long is it going to take to get back up here? Well, it might take a month, or it might be like this one and go from June 26th to September, right? So that took time too. But this one went from June to, this one took a month. So think in terms of months and not days. I'm going to hold this trade for a month, right? And that seems crazy, but if you double your count on one trade, which again, educational purposes only, that's why I'm doing these high risk trades, and they're not necessarily high risk, but they're high probability in my opinion. But educational purposes only. And yeah, daily can help you with your emotion and give you time to compose your thoughts. That's why I take like 20 minutes to really go over these setups and take a look at them. So let's take a look at the Australian yen. That was one of the trades that I was in. We didn't get a big pullback here on this one. This one is just still going sideways. And so we're going to wait for a pull back to this level and a bounce, or a breakout of this channel. So if this channel keeps moving, it could keep going down here. And I'm going to give you guys updates on all my trades here in a minute. I'm just hesitating because it went really crappy for me and I don't want to talk about it. But I am, because I made some massive mistakes. And that's one of the things that I'm going to teach you guys today is tiny little mistakes make such a huge difference. So this is, so I entered in on this trade here, and my stop was down here and I ended up losing the trade. It's like, well, how does that happen? Well, it's because I got a little bit too aggressive on the money management. That's why. Okay, so so let me drop down to an hourly here, and I'm going to go into all those details here too. Okay, so right here we got a nice channel. If this breaks down, I think we could get down here and then down here. But ultimately, my goal for this is for it to break to the upside, right? If you can do this channel trading thing, fine. We'll take this short trade, write it down to the 71, or write it down here to about 140. That'll work too. But my favorite thing is to wait for it to maybe bounce down here, catch this move, or then this little retrace, and then that back up to the top, because that's ultimately what will happen. So let me show you. It might go like this. I'm just drawing the path of the, this is the path of what the market could do. And I like to do this to help me understand how markets move. So it might go boom, boom, boom. And then from there, it might go up here, boom. And it usually always does a little tiny stop on a resistance level. Not always, but most of the time. And then here, and then, okay, then it goes like this. Okay, and then it goes here like that. And there's a lot of different things that can happen, but you see that, and then we get our move to the upside like that. Okay, so now I have a bunch of stupid trend lines on my chart I'm gonna have to delete, but you can see here that these trend lines, that's how the price moves. And so I'd like to, if you can try to visualize, like this is using the power of your mind, and visualize what you think the market could do, and then trade according to what you think could happen. And if the market does what you think, and then you just follow the market, then that's the way to really do this. A great example is we can't control the market. We can't manipulate the market. We can't move the market. I mean, some people can manipulate the market, but that's not us. But even, I'll go back to the GameStop thing. All these guys were trying to manipulate the market. GameStop totally crashed. But, they're still, I don't know if there still could be another move on it. I haven't been reading up on it yesterday. I read a little bit. But my point is, you can't force the market to your will. You want to just follow and ride the market, right? So that's Australian yen. So now I'm going to talk about, I talked Australian dollar, same thing as the euro. It's in a move. We're right at a level. I'm super pumped. It's at this 50 period. It's at this support. I think we could be looking for a tighter trend line break here. If it breaks up, it could go down to this level, but ultimately I'm looking for a break up to the upside on this one. That's what I'm trying to pray. The MACD is finally negative, and so that's a really good sign that because we want to get a negative MACD and then bounce back up. That's what we want, like it last time, negative MACD. And so when you get a negative MACD and it bounces back up, you're looking at a really big opportunity for the long term. Okay, so now I just want to take a minute and let you know that in a few minutes, we're going to focus on the giveaway. So if you want to participate in that giveaway, make sure you get that like button. I want everybody to hit the like button so we get as many likes as we can. Actually, on Monday, I got 74 likes. So we've got to beat that today. We've got to beat that today. And some more, I got some very cool stuff for you guys. So you want to make sure that you do it because we're going to be doing a live session where I'm going to try to go to $10,000. Why? Because you guys voted for it. And I'm excited to be able to do that for you. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But I really want to get as much participation as we have. We got 119 people on and only 42 likes. I know that you guys can do better than that. So come on, hit that like button. All right. So now Reddy's the man. I want to give a shout out to Reddy because Reddy has been on like every one of my streams forever and comments on every one of my videos. So I want to thank you for your participation. It helps inspire me and my team to do better at whatever we do. So thank you so much, Reddy. You are an inspiration to me. So thank you. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up my spreadsheet and talk about my trades. Actually, let's see here. Get this. My $1 million challenge. So this is where we're at right now. I haven't updated the losses on here yet, but right now the total balance on everything is 2,100 was my starting. My Forex had dropped because of a silly mistake. And, you know, honestly, that really threw me off on the mistake. Oh, you've been here too. Okay. Well, I haven't seen you comment. I haven't seen you comment, but I want to thank you for still being here. Get into those comments and share so I can try to catch you. But so anyways, this pound New Zealand, I think, took me out of my game a little bit because then I went and made a couple other mistakes. So right now I am totally done on the Forex. I have $11 left because I'll show you what happened. The Forex I ended up losing the pound New Zealand, losing the odd yen, losing the USD CAD, and they were all really sad. Every single one here. Tell me if you guys can relate to this. Every single one of those trades should have been a winner, and they all ended up being losers. So let me tell you about what I did. Okay. So the USD CAD, oh my goodness, so stressful. But no, it wasn't stressful. I'm cool. I've been trading long enough. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to bounce back, right? This is going to be this is going to be one of our greatest moments right here because this comeback is going to be legit. All right, so the first trade, just a quick review because you heard the bell, the market's open, so I want to see what's going on. The pound New Zealand, first I got triggered by a gap and the spread widened, but the price never got there. So I got taken into a trade I didn't want to get into on a gap, and so that was this first one, and it came down and lost, but then it would have come back and taken me up pretty nice in profit. Okay, so that was the first loser. The second loser was the USD CAD. And this one was a pretty legit entry. Let's take a look at it on an hourly time frame. I did a live video on it. So did any of you guys see did any of you guys see the USD CAD? Did any of you guys see that USD CAD trade? Please let me know if you saw it or hit that like button. And by the way, great job. You guys got me from like 30 to 57 just from mentioning it. But if you just got on, make sure you get on that and hit that like button. And so anyways, and Mahuzi wants me to analyze gold. I'm only going to do it if you hit the like button. How's that? Anyways, so USD CAD. I got this crossover on the MACD, and I got a breakout. So what I was looking at was pin bar, pin bar, pin bar, and break. And it broke out, and I got in right here. And I did a video on it, and the thing was up 48 pips. And look at how close I was to my target. Okay, super close. So here was my thought process, right? Here was my thought process. I'm like, okay, I'm up 50. I'm up. I'm up 40 pips. I'm 2 pips away. So here's how I thought, and I should know better than this. This is against my rules. I think, again, it's because the pound New Zealand messed me up, but I'm not making excuses. I jacked it up, so I'm going to get it right. I'm going to get it right. But here's the thing. Just a tiny little mistake. I was like, oh, it's only 2 pips away. It was towards the end of the day, right at the end of the day. I'm ready to head home. I don't actually trade at home. I only trade at work. Okay. So I'm like, I'm headed home. It's 2 pips. It's going to hit the target. It's going to hit the target. And dumb me didn't move my stop loss. And I'm not dumb. I'm actually intelligent. No negative self-talk. Remember, I don't care who you are, what mistakes you are. I'm not going to allow negative self-talk in my trading room. So if you're going to do negative self-talk, you got to get out of here, okay? Because we don't have that, because everybody's important, everybody's smart, everybody's valuable. We have different skills, but I'm not going to allow you to talk negative about yourself. You got to find the skills that fit you. So I ended up losing that trade, and I almost doubled. Here's the funny thing is I'm pointing at it with my finger. Right here, I was almost at a double my account, and it ended up taking a loss. So that really threw me off. And then because my margin was then over, I had the Aussie yen trade, which was not even close to being stopped out, and the pound New Zealand trade, which was not even close to being stopped out. I ended up, I lost all my equity, my account went over, and I ended up just losing those because I was over leveraged. So that's the way it works sometimes. So there we have it. Okay, so I messed up. So somebody said in here, Timon says, can you take the stock account from 2100 and start again? Don't want to miss this. So what I'm probably going to do is when I close one of my stock trades, I'm going to roll some of that profit into a different account so that I can try this one again. But my stock account is actually doing well. So we're going to go over that as well. So anyways, the pound New Zealand, I'll put in all those. Remember, this spreadsheet, you can follow along with me. So press that like button. Make sure you please subscribe and get the notifications because you don't want to miss these. This link here, this link I'm posting in the chat is my spreadsheet, and you can follow along on all of my trades. Okay, you can follow along on all of my trades. And I'm going to give Jeremy a shout out. Good job, Jeremy. Good trading. You know, if you have anything that you want to share with the room, let us know. We're always happy to help. We love seeing success. I'm all about having people accomplish success. So let's go ahead and jump into the stock stuff. And then I'll do that real quick. And once I do that, then we're going to focus on the giveaway. So we're going to do that live. All right. So here we go. This is Fubo, right? And this was my big trade. I wanted to make some big money on this one right here, and I'm actually up about $15,000 right now as we speak on this trade. So not bad for a week of work. I messed up on the Forex, but that's coming back. But this one is still working pretty good. It's up today about 1%. Looks like some news. I get a little news thing here. Top 30 short interest. Ooh. I don't know. That could be interesting because if we get another GameStop situation where all these these guys now are starting to crush the short sellers. So that's actually good because I'm in this beforehand. This is ahead of the game. So this thing could, if these short sellers get squeezed like they did before, this could be a really cool situation. because this thing, see, I don't know why you would short this personally, because the revenues are crazy. These guys have a really good service. They're getting subscribers to their new service, insane amounts of subs. I think I saw a report said their sub growth was great. And so this could be a really big one. Very excited about that. All right. So basically right now, my main target is up here at 68. But because they said it's short interest, I might try to hold it a little bit more. But if I get up to 68, it's actually going to be a $30,000 trade. And so that's a really nice way to get my account to $1 million. If I can do a $30,000 trade, especially if it happens in a couple weeks time, because I haven't been in this that long. But right now I'm currently, it's about $50. I got in at 34. So I'm roughly up $15 a share. And so it's working out pretty nicely for me. All right, the other one is FNKO. You can see we're in a nice rising wedge here. Every time it drops down here, I add a little bit to this trade. And so I'm looking for that momentum. You notice there's a lot of buyers that keep adding to this thing. They're buying, they're buying, they're buying, they're buying. And so this thing is just building up momentum. I don't know what's going to happen here. I have no clue, but I think that it's going to take off. And cats from heaven. I agree. Cats are heavenly creatures, are they not? I have 7 cats, so me and you have something in common. But the problem with my cats is I try to keep them outside and put them in the barn, but my family keeps bringing them in. And I'm like, I don't want cats in the house. I love cats, but I just think they should live in the barn. That's just me. Now I'm probably just lost like 50 subs because people are like, oh my goodness, he's putting cats in the barn. How evil is that? No, they got food. It's warm in there. They got place to lay, beds, everything. Okay. You know what? Battle. I'm going to try to hit Dogecoin. I do have some Dogecoin for transparency purposes, but I don't know if I'm going to get to everything because we got a lot to do and everybody's having fun today. So, okay. Here we go. So right here, this is what I'm looking at. These guys make toys. Their revenues are great. I think when their earnings comes out, it's going to get a pop. My target on this one is up here in the 20s. And so we still haven't got anything going there. The big risk right now is this gap. You see this big gap? It's filling the gap, and it already filled the gap. You see that? It had this support level, and then it has this big gap right here. Okay, so this big gap is going to give me some trouble. But once it breaks this thing, it's over, man. It's over. It's pronounced Badal. Hey, Badal. If you guys want to talk to Badal, that's how you pronounce his name. All right. Sorry about that. Thanks for chiming in. Appreciate it. Okay. Thanks for commenting too. I really appreciate that. So let's look at GME real quick. Oh man, this thing's trash, but it's still above the moving averages. And so I haven't been following. I'm going to chime in and check out what's happening, but I still think some people will do that. We'll possibly push this back in. I might add some more to this just to see. I don't know if it's over yet. There's a chart on Volkswagen that I saw from 2009 that did this exact same thing. And so you never know when this is over. So it went up to Volkswagen went up to like the same area, and then it came down, and then Volkswagen spiked up to 1,000. And so this still isn't totally over yet. There's still a lot of interest here. It's just calmed down a little bit. So I think there's still a lot of people jumping in short in here as well. All right. Okay. Earnings is 3.4. Thank you, Chris. I love the positive and helpful support. I appreciate everyone in here. That's very, very helpful. Okay. So just another quick update. We're currently at 62 likes. We need 10 more to get it over our record of 72 from last week. Come on, guys. You can do it. Just hit that like button so that we can get some more people in. And then while you're doing that, I am going to pull up the CRM. So this has been a great trade for me. I'm up a good number here. I got into CRM about 219 or it was 220, and now it's at 234, but that is an options trade. And so my option is up nicely. We're currently at a really major challenge. So just like Funko, we're at a challenge. So when you're at a challenge, there's a couple things you can do. Take profit and then wait till it comes down and get back in. Take profit, wait for it comes back, or you try to wait it out because it might, it might come down here, it might bounce up, it might come down to the bottom. I mean, we don't really know, but this Salesforce has good earnings. It's been down for a while. I think it really wants the MACD crossed over here on the daily. I think it wants to break. I think when it breaks, it's going to break big, and we're going to have a nice trade here. So I'm hanging on to it, and all's that. So I'm going to do the giveaway here next, but my good friend Robin is asking to look at Odd New Zealand. So I'm going to do that for him. And then as soon as we do that, we're going to, Fred, we'll do that for you, man. I'm going to have my team take a look at that. And so we'll do that. I don't know why it's not set up like that, but we'll do it. So I'm going to do this for my friend Robin, because Robin has been a great supporter. I know Robin has liked all of my videos, so I really appreciate that. So I'm going to do this for him. And I really, I should stop saying that word. I am so glad. You guys can dislike it every time I say the word really. This setup is crossing over here on the MACD. It has dropped tremendously. If the Australian dollar, actually, guys, before my double challenge, I took this up and took it into a double. I got in long right here on this MACD cross. I got long. This is me promoting how awesome I am. Not. I got long right here on this break, and this one I got long. I actually shorted this too. I went short here. You can go back and see my Twitter stuff. I think I updated it there. Anyways, I went long here, and then I went short, and then I went long right here on this bounce because the MACD crossed, and I went up and took it up nicely. But right now we're at a level. We're at a level, right? I always look at levels. Level, okay. This MACD is now crossed over. I believe that it's not really an uptrend because the moving averages are sideways, the market's sideways. If we go to a longer term, even so, it's sideways. And so that could be, we could actually be going down like this. I mean, you just never know with stuff like this, but this one could be, we could keep riding in this channel, but this is a great trade for range trading. Why? Because I'm looking 3 years back and it's done nothing but sideways action. But some of these ranges are not small though. This one's 1,000 pips. So right now, I mean, we could, I'm not saying what we're going to do, but we could go back down here to 1. It depends on what this Australian does. If this Australian stays where it's at. But right now, what I'm looking for, we have a pin bar. Okay, we have MACD in the red, and we have resistance. So I'm looking for this to hold, and I'm looking for a bounce up to here. Okay, so what would I do to get into the entry? I might watch the MACD, wait for the MACD to turn green. And by the way, our giveaway that we're going to do in a few minutes is our ultimate MACD guide, which is going to have some bonus content on everything you need to know about MACD. I think it's going to be off the chart. Actually, I don't think, I know it's going to be off the chart. But anyways, this pin bar is setting up. We got a trend line, a steep one. But I'd wait for this trend line to break, watch the MACD, and then take this thing and try to get it up to the top. So that's what I would do. Hopefully that's helpful, Robin. Let me know what you think about that. All right, so now Rajiv, and if I pronounce it wrong, just do what Badil did and tell me how to pronounce it, because I like to pronounce stuff the right way. All right, so let's do this. Let's go to our giveaway. Our giveaway. Here we go. Here's our giveaway. I am going to post something here on Twitter, okay? And what I want you to do and then I'm going to give you the link. If you already follow me, you can just get it. But what I want you to do is retweet the link. All right, Rajiv. Thank you. Thank you. I want you to retweet this link. And I'm going to post the link in the chat. But I'm going to show you how to do this so that you know how. Because last time, I was really happy with last time because we were just getting started. But last time, I only had 10 people share it. If we got to get more than 10 this time so that we can get the word out. Giveaway time. Away access to my. That ad looks really stupid. I need my ADD music going so I can stay focused. I'm giving access to my ultimate MACD guide, valued at big money. I don't know what it's worth, honestly, because we have given it a big discount. But anyways, retweet to enter the competition. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and see how I spelled competition? I'm going to have to get somebody to help me with this. All right. And I'm going to post a link to this actual live chat. Boom. Okay. Hashtag trading. Hashtag giveaway. All right, so I'm going to tweet this. Boom. Now, it's tweeted. Now, what I want you guys to do is to like it, leave a comment, but ultimately, I need you to retweet it. So what you do is let me post this link here. I'm going to give you guys the link, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do this so that you know how to do this. All right, if you don't have a Twitter account, that's okay. Ready. Your MACD, it's colorful and easy to understand. Thank you for that. Thank you. So I'm going to do this. So what you got to do is you got to click the retweet button. I posted the link in the chat. And what you have to do is click this retweet button like this. Boom, retweet like that. Boom. And then quote it. You can quote it. If you want to quote it and say something awesome, you can do that too. This is so cool. Something like that. All right. There we go. So we got 5 likes, 6 retweets. So we're going. So I got to have more than 10. I'm going to give you the entire time until the end of the show, and then we're going to pick the winner. You got to stay on to get it, and you got to make sure that you post it. So the link is in the chat. I'm going to see if we can pin that. Can we pin that link by any chance? This is the link. I'm going to ask Jen, who's listening in, I hope. Jen, can you pin that link for us? That would be great, really helpful, so that everybody could see it in the chat. But anyways, this is it. This is the link. We'll post it again from time to time, but I got to have over 10 retweets to get the giveaway to happen. So we're at 7 right now, but we got to get it to 10. All right, so here we go. Let's get back to the market. We're going to do some updates. So what I wanted to do is two other things. Two other things just to talk about. I saw all your stuff. I saw your requests. I'm going to hit as many of those as I can. But one thing I wanted to talk about was about making mistakes, okay? Making mistakes. Let me give you an example. When I was, thank you. When I was in high school, I used to play tennis. Does anybody play tennis at all? I know it's a big worldwide. It's fairly decent sized in popularity in the States, but it's a great sport. Tennis is fun. You're running all over the place. I haven't played in a long time, but when I was young, I loved it. I should actually get back into it to keep my health up, but it was just fun. But I was on the actual tennis team and for my high school, and I was not great because I just started. I was playing baseball and I got cut from the team. I wasn't great at baseball. I was a good hitter, but my fielding was terrible. I think it was because I was afraid of getting hit. But so I ended up playing tennis instead. And I just came out my sophomore year, and I just started. And I'm not really that athletic, but Paul says, "What's tennis? Can you guys help him out and give him some, give him a Google description?" It's a sport. And so I personally wasn't that great at it, but one of the things that helped me, I made the district tournament, which, you know, it wasn't a big district, wasn't a big high school. It's not like I was amazing, but I did have some success and I won some matches. And what I am taking away was, if I could just keep the ball in play, the other guy had the power, the other guy had the great serve, the other guy had the speed, he had all of these things. But I always felt like I had this. I felt like I had the mental game, right? And I felt like I just could try to get into his head a little bit by saying silly stuff, like, you know, even just silly things, you know, just to try to get them off their game, you know, like whatever, like, "Oh, hey, is your racket okay? It looks like there's something wrong with it." Or, you know, that type of racket has been proven not to be good. Didn't you read the reviews? You know, just stuff like that, just trying to get into their head a little bit. But that wasn't the main thing. The main focus was me controlling myself and realizing that they were going to make a mistake before me. So if my only goal was to put the ball in play and let them make a mistake, I wasn't trying to do anything fancy, wasn't trying to power anyone, wasn't trying to be fast, just trying to get the ball in play. Okay. And so that's what I will try to do with trading too. And I messed up with trading with my mistakes. I took myself out of the game by making mistakes. And so what I'm going to do to help rectify this, and this is a tip I want you guys to take away, is I want you guys to really write down your mistakes. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to spend some time after this show's over, and I'm going to journal it in depth, what my mistakes are, because challenges happen in life and we can't control that. We can control our mistakes, and we want to get focused on it. We don't want to turn from them and hide. I know my tendency is I get all antsy on the inside and I feel weird. I'm like, "Oh man, this stinks. This is horrible." And I don't even want to look at it. I close my charts, I run away, I hide, and then I do something else, right? And I don't really focus on the problem. You got to focus on the problem, examine it, and say, "How do I fix this?" Do not hide from your problems. Face them, have a positive attitude, and do everything you can to solve them. Because look, the more problems you face, the more you solve, the stronger you become, and the better trader you're going to be, the better person you're going to be, the better parent you're going to be, everything, the better you're going to be if you face your problems head on. And so, you know, I know a lot of you guys are like, "I want trading setups. I want trading setups. I don't want to hear this mumbo jumbo head crap." I know you guys are thinking that, but look, I am here to help people become better traders, but I'm also trying to help you in every area. I want to see people successful. That's my ultimate goal, right? And so as a result, I'm going to talk about this stuff. And if you don't like that, if you're like only want setups, well then go ahead and you don't have to be here. This is for the people that really want to go to the next level and to be great. We have a mission here of creating as many great traders as we can, and that mission comes first before what other people like, right? So I want to just share this. I got this yesterday, okay, and this was the real deal for me, guys. So I don't know if you can see this, but I'm not going to disclose the identity here, but someone I've been working with sent me this message, and they said, "Anytime, Casey, you're awesome," which I like that, right? But that's not really what I wanted to focus on. The thing I wanted to focus on was, he said, "I appreciate our relationship and thank you for always being there, mentoring me," right? And so to me, when I see this, like, this is where the gold is, right? Like, to me, this is the treasure. And so in life, I'm trying to dig up treasure, and I'm trying to do things that are, you know, really valuable with my limited time that I have. And so when I see a relationship that is valuable to someone else, that's valuable to me, then that's a big win. That's the end goal. That's what this is all about, right? And so if you like that, hit that like button, because I'm slamming the like button right now, because this is what it's all about for me. And so I was having a little bit of a rough day yesterday. I worked long hours, and I was just had some things I was dealing with, and I got that text, and it was like, boom, this is why I do what I do. This is why I do what I do. So remember the why. Why are you trying to do what you're doing? Why are you trying to trade? Why are you trying to accomplish whatever it is? You know, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, why are you doing that, right? And so when I see this is the why for me. So I wanted to kind of shout that out for you guys because it meant a lot to me. And the same thing comes with you guys. If I can help you guys and I get a message like this from you down the road, that is big. I'm always trying to create value and valuable relationships. All right. So remember the giveaway. I'm going to post that link one more time, and then I'm going to do a couple setups, and then we're going to do the we're going to do it. Okay, good news. We are doing the giveaway today because we got our retweets. But if you need to enter, if you want to enter, you got to retweet this. You got to retweet it. And it would be great if you'd follow me too. That'd be kind of cool. I do give some decent setups from time to time, and I give some crappy ones from time to time. All right. So there's the link. Just retweet it. Let's get back to the trading. Okay. I'm going to do the first 3 people that ask for something for me to look at. What are the first 3? Ready, set, go. Put the next 3 that you guys do. I'm going to do those, what you want me to look at. So I hope Muhammad is still there. He wanted me to look at that gold. So go ahead and post that down in the chat. That would be great. And while I'm waiting for some replies, please subscribe so you get the updates. Subscribe and hit the notification so that you're updated every time that I go live, because I want you to be able to get all this stuff. Okay, we got it. We got Timon, John, and Jonathan. Chris, because I like Chris so much, I'm going to do 4. Okay, but hang in to the very end. We're starting to lose people on the stream, which is fine. That's good for the people that are in the competition. But if you're not here, you're not going to win. So, all right, here we go. You got to stick around. Let's do we're going to do this. So we're going to go with gold first. And by the way, I do own gold in a stock account as well. So gold is moving really slow, right? Gold is moving really slow. But the very first thing, what do we notice here about gold? And that is that it's in an uptrend. It's in an uptrend, okay? And gold is moving up, and it's testing the 200 period. So it's kind of in an indecision point, to be honest. It's in an uptrend, but it could be trying to correct, okay? So first thing, I'm going to put some support. So I believe that this is the ultimate level here, that if it breaks this level, it will then transfer into a downtrend. So keep your eyes on this 176.061 level, 176.61, very important level. Okay, and the reason why it's important is because we have support here, we have support here, and we have support here. It tested it once. The thing that makes it a little scary, at least if you're trying to go long here, is that it didn't really break out from here. It went up, but it didn't break out. So that's the first thing I noticed. The second thing I notice is that it is now in a little bit of a channel, which if you've seen my CRM, you know I like these, right? So you can always try to find the same patterns, things that you like. And this is one that I like. So right now, this is a bull flag in a downward trend. So if we can catch buys down here, if it gets down here, it's going to be very hard to come back. But my CRM did it recently, and so I think that that it definitely can come back. But the CRM, I don't think came back down as far. I don't think it crossed below the 200. Let me pull it up just to see. See, CRM didn't go as low. It broke some of these lows, but it didn't go as low. It didn't break below the 200. So CRM's a little bit stronger. but just to give you a little bit of comparison, because this one did break the 200. So right now it's challenging. Now, if we go up to a more time sensitive situation, and what I mean by that is like we see what's happened in more recent. If you look at what's happening recently, we're in a very tight range here. And we've been in since a month. It's been in here for a month. And so with that being said, this is an opportunity for a breakout. If you get a breakout to the upside here, oh, snap, wrong button. Gold, where are you? There we go. If we get a breakout here to the upside, look for this trend line to be a resistance. If we get a breakout to the downside, look for this to be a resistance. So either way, there's a trade here. There's a long trade up here, a long trade, a short trade down here. So either way, there's a trade. Ultimately, because it's an uptrend, my bias is for a breakout to the upside, especially because the dollar has been weak. And usually when the dollar's weak, this is strong. So there we have it. All right. And just so you guys know, we got 76 likes. I want to see if you guys can get it up there. Let's see if we can break 85. We got 148 people. Hit that like button right now. Let's pop this thing. Let's get this thing up there. And while I'm doing that, I want to make sure you guys get a chance to enter in to the giveaway as well. We're going to post that. Actually, I'm just going to ask, can you post that link in there again while I focus on this? Okay, get that link posted for the giveaway, even though it is pinned as well, but it's not everyone is on YouTube. Okay, so here we go. We got Tesla. Good call. Good call, John. I love Tesla. I love Tesla because I've made money on it. I don't own a Tesla. I probably will not own a Tesla. It's not my style, but I like the company. Okay, so here's what we have. We have a big move up, big solid move. The thing that helps with this is the fundamentals. The earnings are really solid. I always like to check out earnings. You can click on it. You can see that their revenue is 10.7 billion. That's really good. And it went up from 8.7, and then it went up again from 6.04. And you just see what they're doing. I mean, every time they just from 5.99, okay, to 7.3. So their revenue dropped a little bit here, but for the most part, their revenue is going up. So how I like to trade this is there's two different ways to trade it. One is to trade the breakout, okay, because the breakout is right here, and when they break, it can keep going. Look, there's been so many breakouts here, and this is kind of a new strategy that I talked about a little bit, but there's been, all of these are breakouts. Here's a breakout, right here's a breakout, there's a breakout, there's a breakout. It tried to break out, it didn't, but if it breaks 900, you know, that's a possible strategy, especially when one is really strong like this. Okay, another strategy on this one, and there's two versions of this. There's two. I got to stop looking at comments. Paul's like, you cannot fit 9 children in a Tesla. Actually, that is why I have a van, but I just got rid of my van because my kids are getting a little bit older, and my wife and I usually just drive separate. So we got 2 vehicles that fit the kids. So we usually just take 2 vehicles everywhere now. All right. So the thing is, it pulls back. Anytime you get any kind of pullback, like right here was a pullback, right here was a pullback, look for support levels. So right now, where's the most recent support level? It's right here. So look for a pullback here to go long. Watch the 50 period moving average. The last time this went to the 50 period, it was a great trade. And here it broke out. So you want to look for that. So it could pull back to here. 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 But either way, long term, I'm definitely a buyer on Tesla. I wait for this thing to keep coming back and trying to get in. So the one way is to catch it on the 52-week high break, or to catch it on pullbacks. Another possibility for entries is to get these triangles. This was an actual trade that I took in real life right here. I took this trade on this breakout back in November. Got in on this one for $454. And so that was pretty cool. And I was super excited because it just rocked. I didn't double because I got out at like 500 or something, but because it was up at resistance, I'm like, you know what? I just made like $60 a share. I'm going to take my profit. So it was a good trade. Could have held on longer, but that's the way it is. So there we have it. All right. So the thing is, El Matador, I believe that being sick and tired of your current situation is a great motivation, but I don't think it's the only thing that'll work. I think you got to have more motivation because listen, it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to build up long-term wealth through investing, then it's going to take some time. And I think that's a great way to get started. But if if you just want to be a full-time trader, which is a great dream, and I'm not discouraging anyone, but just being sick of your own job isn't enough. I think you got to have a greater motivation, a vision. I always say, start with the why. So the why is I don't like my job or I want money. Those are good reasons, but I don't think they're enough. I don't think they're enough to get to the next level. So really think about it. Take some time away. Figure out why do you want to do this? Because remember, I said that market's going to punch you in the face. And if you're not ready for that, you're not going to be able to do this. So just be ready for the punch in the face. All right. So I got to get on with my analysis. What was the other one? We got Tesla. We did gold. Was that a good Tesla explanation? Are you happy with that? John? Okay, now we're going to go to silver, SLV. All right. Okay, so silver is a totally different scenario than gold, but not by too much. It's an uptrend. Silver's an uptrend. Silver and gold tend to move together. We did break out of this little wedge right here. Okay, and you know what's happened? We're holding in here. So if this holds, then I would look for a possible setup, price action moving up. The MACD is crossed over. You notice the volume right here was really high on this breakout. And a good friend of mine, not a good friend, an acquaintance, got to watch your words. An acquaintance of mine, his name's Tim Ord, and he was on my podcast, and he taught me something. That's why I love my podcast. It's called How to Trade It. If you guys are interested, the very best episode I ever produced on how to trade it comes out tomorrow. It was my favorite guest, but don't tell anyone because you're not supposed to tell them you have favorites. He told me, what Tim told me was that this pin bar, this high spike means that price is going to go down. And ever since then, here's how he explained it. He said that when you see a big spike in volume, what that means is there's all these shares holding place. There's profit, they're selling. The losers take their losses, the winners take their profit, and the volume exhausts itself. And then it doesn't have enough for the move. And so then the price goes lower. So when you see this, like what we saw here, it is usually an indication that the price is going to start dropping. And the same thing on a drop. If you get a big drop, you see a big volume spike, well, then it means that the price might reverse. It doesn't mean that the trend is going to change. Okay. It doesn't mean that it's going to automatically turn into a downtrend. It just means it needs time to collect, to accumulate. You see this is consolidation. This consolidation has to play itself out. That's just how the market moves. It's like a rubber band. It stretches and it consolidates. It stretches and it consolidates. So this has to happen, right? And so when you get a big move, expect a pullback. And right now we're in a pullback phase. I would see maybe there'd be some buying on this trend line, maybe some buying on this trend line, and then wait for price action to get it to go forward. And so like one way I like to wait for price action is I like to look at trend lines. We can also do you don't even need these stupid trend lines. You can just watch the action, just watch watch the dip and the bullish candle right here. See, all you got to see this, how this is holding, and then you see this pop right here, and you see that bullish action. Like that's an indication that things are about to move. I like the trend lines. I think it helps for me to teach, but it's totally not necessary. I know tons of people that do that. Okay, so all right, that was the big three, and I got Chris, my main man, who's another shout out. I got to give Chris a shout out right here because he's been supporting us a lot. So thank you, Chris. We really appreciate you, and you're a pleasure to have on the show. Okay, now let's go to his chart that he wanted. ACB. Let's look at ACB. All right, ACB. Ooh. And actually, I'm going to do two of these because I actually might do three. We got ACB. It's moving up. It broke the trend line. It broke the moving average. It's now an uptrend. So anytime this thing A pulls back or B breaks out, it's a long. So right now, this is a breakout. I would say that this is definitely a long. You got MACD crossing. You've got price. And remember, educational purposes only. Don't risk money you can afford to lose. But this is a setup right here. This is solid. This is really good. Good setup. Thank you, Chris. Everybody give a like for Chris. He is the man. All right. And so, hey, good news. We're at 93 likes and there's 145 people on. So that's a very high percentage of the people have liked it. So thank you. If I could just get 7 more, we could take it to 100 and that'd be our all-time record. And I'd really be pumped about that. Okay. All right. So, so here we go. And one other thing, then this is really important. We're going to do a live trading and we're going to try to take it to $10,000. I'm going to have all of the details for that next week. I've been letting it stir around in my brain the best strategy on how to do it. If you guys have any ideas on how to do that or what you want to see me try to do, let me know. Post it in the comments. After this video is live, post it in the comments. Whatever it is, let me know. Because I need some thinking. But thank you, Chris, for that. Let me show you the other one. This one is the one I've been following. It's in the same thing. And that's Hexo. And you guys, I just blew my account up with this. I've been trading this thing ever since a long time, and I just keep getting in on pullbacks. I just added a bunch down here. As a matter of fact, I believe that my assistant Jen, who's moderating the chat, is in on this trade. And so Jen, if you're in here, let us know if you're in on this trade. One of the cool things about working here is I teach everybody trading and we're all trading in here and it's pretty fun. We all have our own work channel. So anyhow, this is one I've been looking at. This thing could go further, but I'm like, I didn't even look at this morning. So I'm like ecstatic right now. Okay. All right. Let's, one more, which is SNDL, Sundial. This thing's a beast. Look at this. This thing is a beast. Same thing. These are all hot right now, and these are the cannabis stocks. It just crossed over. This thing has had a higher growth rate because it's a smaller stock. It went from 13 up to $1.30. So, we're trying to find stocks to double, and it's hard to find them, but this would have been one. I wish I would have actually picked this one instead of FUBU, because when I got into FUBU, I could have gotten into this at 52 cents and already had my first double. So you never know. That's why the type of trading we're doing is challenging, because you never know which one's going to take off. FUBU's doing good, but it's still kind of hanging right now. So that's the update on that. Let's take a look at CRM. Okay, and let's post that Twitter link, because we're going to go ahead and do our giveaway right now. I'm going to give you guys another 5 minutes or so to enter if you didn't. So all you got to do, I gave the instructions. I know people just come online. We got 15. I want to see if we can get this up to 20 retweets. 20 retweets. And all you got to do is click the retweet. Now, I already did, but I'll undo it. And I click it. And you can quote it or just retweet it. If you quote it, you just make a little comment saying, this is going to be a great prize. right? And then you just tweet it again. So what I'd love to see is the retweets. I got 14. We got 8 likes. Like to see this one get up there. I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes, but everyone the reason why you're doing this is because everyone gets an opportunity to win my MACD guide, which is going live tomorrow. It's got bonus content and it talks all about my MACD strategy, all about how to trade the MACD. Everything you need to know about the MACD is all going to be in one comprehensive guide that you're going to study. It is really a solid product, and I'm very proud to have a part in it. And it's just going to help a lot of people. So really excited about it. But in the meantime, make sure you guys hit that tweet, right? Someone says retweets are at 20. I might need to refresh my page. See what I got. It says 15, so I don't know where that 20 is coming from. Let me click this link here. Yeah, 20. Mine's bad. I don't know. It's okay. We're at 20. Okay, so we got 5 minutes before we do the giveaway. Just want to again thank everyone. If you haven't yet, hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button. And I want to give everybody a really big shout out because we just crossed over 100. And so thank you. We're over 100. That is awesome. Now, with that being said, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification so that when I go live, you're going to get notified. And next time I go live, I'm going to do the music first like I did last time so you guys know, get some time for you guys to get your coffee out. And I'm not drinking coffee right now. I haven't drank coffee in a long time. I'm just drinking my water. And I'm actually surviving without coffee. I never thought I'd be able to say that. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let me do one more setup here. Let me look at a couple more charts. And we'll go ahead and do the giveaway. So while I'm doing that, make sure you do the giveaway. So CRM still dropping. Let's see, what was I looking at? I was looking at Vuzi. I think you guys are going to like this one. Vuzi is another one that I've done really well with. Every time it drops, I get in. I got in down here. I got in down here, and now it's consolidating again. And so if there's a pop here in Vuzi, I really like the opportunity here as well. I really like that opportunity. So, I'm going to add, also, if you have the live tutorial, this is a live challenge right now where I'm teaching people. I'm actually attempting to go and take my account, 3 accounts at the same time to $1 million. And it's all for educational purposes to show you guys if I can do it. And if I fail, I fail. But if I do it, a lot of people are going to go along on the ride. And so that's going to be great. If you just go back and watch this playlist, you can watch all the videos where I am showing my journey. Thanks, Larry. I agree. It's going to be great. The tutorial that's coming out tomorrow is going to be out on, I'm going to post a video. You'll see it on a video, and you'll have an opportunity to get it that way as well. So it's coming out tomorrow. It's a MACD, everything all about MACD. And I'm going to give a little bonus material tomorrow and show people how to get access to that. Okay, so that's Vuzi. Remember, we're waiting for the retweets and the giveaway. But while we're waiting for that, I wanted to show you the other stock that I was looking at. Then this one is what my son invested in, and he got in down here around 31 cents, and today it's at 36, which is, oh my goodness, he's up like big time. He's going to be rejoicing when we talk about that. This is Razer, and I went into a lot of detail on Razer, so I'm not going to do it now, but they make keyboards. And initially I was like, oh man, $100 keyboard, are you kidding me? But these kids, man, they need gaming keyboards. It's like state of the art. They click really loud, and they have colors, and they're cool, and they click faster because in gaming, a 100th of a second matters. And so there we go. Okay, all right. So that was the 2 stocks. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to check the retweets. Your last call. See if I can grab it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let me do one more thing here. Let's click this link. Okay. All right. So we got 24 retweets. Thank you all. And 12 likes. I really appreciate it. And I got 112 likes on the video. So I'm going to go ahead now and pick my trade. I'm going to refresh the chart one last time to make sure I don't miss anybody. Okay. So what I do is when I click on this, I'll be able to see all of the retweets here. Right here. And so I get to see everyone that retweets this. Okay, so I'm going to go through and look at the entire list. And actually, what I'm going to do, just to make sure that I have no bias, I'm not, just to make sure I don't have any bias, I'm going to make sure that Jen, my assistant, you guys can trust Jen. Jen is going to pick the link, or she's going to pick the winner. And so what we're going to do is we're going to follow you, and then we'll just send you a direct message to the winner. So Jen, go ahead and just pick the winner. I'll post the link over here to you so you can grab it right here. Okay. You can just click that link that I sent to you, Jen, and you can pick somebody. Well, you know, I have people that I like because they're always commenting and they're always participating. So when you do that, I kind of tend to like you, you know, versus the people that just want stuff from me all the time. Okay, Chris, the way you retweet, I'll give you time. You just click this, you click this little circle button and you click retweet, and then that'll enter you in. You click the retweet right there. Click that bad boy. Boom. We just got it up to 18, but that's actually not accurate. It's actually more than that. 25. We're at 25 retweets right now. 25 retweets. Okay. All right. Felicia wins. Dixon's Web. Felicia, you are the winner. Thank you. We followed you. Oh, we're doing two. I forgot. There's two. Okay. Make sure you get a chance to refresh it in case somebody else just got in. Refresh your browser. Let's see. Did anyone else get in? Okay. Felicia Dixon. You won. Congratulations. I really want to hear your feedback on how you like the guide. I appreciate it so much. Okay. All righty. Okay, the suspense is killing me right now. Jen, you're killing us. Pick that second one. The suspense. I might turn the music back on while we're waiting to build even more suspense. But while you're waiting, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. All right, I want to see Get Animated. Just started trading after my birthday, having a good time of it so far. Here's to big gains. Awesome, Get Animated. I hope that you also like to animate because some of my kids are into that and they want to do animations as well. All right, so Jen, are we going to post winner number 2? Are we going to post winner number 2? I am going to text her. And make sure the Twitter gets reloaded too. Make sure that Twitter gets reloaded because we're at 21 now. We're at 21. Oh, you're a 3D artist. Awesome. That's awesome. Some more Twitter guys are getting in there. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to have to figure out what Jen's process is. I kind of put her on the spot. I didn't tell her I was going to do that. So, you know, she responded well considering. She responded well. All right. Well, while I'm waiting, let me go ahead and just double check on all my trades. We've got, let's take a look at the FUBU here, because that's actually my most important trade because it's my biggest one and it's up a lot. So right now FUBU is dropping a little bit. Let's take a look here at the 15-minute. It's still in a nice uptrend. The way, if you're not in this yet, or you think that there's an opportunity, just wait for pullbacks. Every time there's a pullback, you want to get in. And remember, there are a lot of short sellers on this, so it could push it down. It's just the way it is. So just be ready for that. All right. And it looks like what's the market doing today? The market is up, or it's actually, the market is down a little bit, so that could be part of it as well. All right, guys. Well, that's it. We got Peter Mason. Congratulations, Peter Mason. Peter Mason is the next winner. Awesome, Peter. Thank you so much. Congratulations. I am going to click the deal here and retweet, and let's look for Peter Mason. And I'm following Peter Mason and following Felicia. We're going to send you guys a message. You get it. Awesome. Yeah, CRM is getting rejected right now, as I was not surprised by that. So I don't know how low the rejection is going to go. Hopefully not a lot, but those levels get respected. That's why we always look at the levels. All right, everyone, that's it for today. Thanks a lot. I just want to look at a couple other things that you guys did. Remember, we're going to do a live $10,000 a day, which is going to be just the $10,000 thing is going to be on point. You guys did so good today. 115 likes. Make sure that you subscribe and like before I go, and we will see you very soon. Friday is when I'm planning to do the next one, and we're going to go over the full strategy for this for the $10,000 day. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys soon.